welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. We are at the end of the day here. We're leaving the landfill. I mean, I still got to go to the scale and everything, but I don't know. I haven't listened to the full episode yet, but I've been listening to this Joe Rogan, and it's just been. And I'm cranked up on 5-hour energy. You know me. So I got a lot of thoughts so far about the episode, and it ain't that far, but I don't know. They're talking about who needs a job. Whenever AI gets here, who needs a job? They're like, you could go golfing every day. You could go play pool. You could do the bowling alley. You could do all kinds of stuff. You don't have to work anymore. You can just do these things. And I don't know. Maybe they're going to get to it. Maybe. I don't know. But he's got some guy on there. It just came out today on the 14th, July 14th. Whatever that guy's name is. But I guess he's a pro AI advocate or something like that. So he's all like, "It'll be fine. AI's good," and I'd like to be, but I see some flaws in what they're talking about, and maybe they'll get to it. I'm gonna listen to the whole episode. I'm not gonna do it right now. Maybe I may be putting my foot in my own mouth. You know what I mean? But I just see some problems with that. Like, all right, just the argument of AI will be here. AI is going to be your daddy, okay? So you don't have to work anymore because the job that you were going to be doing is now being done by a robot. You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to work anymore. You don't have to be a productive member of society. You can just go to a resort. But it's like, all right, who's serving me the drinks? I mean, I guess robots, right? Who's renting you shoes at the bowling alley? Who's making your pool cues? And everything down to the chalk. Like, there's a chalk factory somewhere that is making little blue cubes of chalk. You know, there's somebody there. I mean, all right, robots. I mean, that's a lot of fucking robots. Maybe we do need all these goddamn data centers. If I don't know what a robot inside of a warehouse needs a data center for, but what would that need? You know, that would be like remote access, I guess. You would need a data center to monitor the robots that are making the chalk cubes for pool. And I don't know. I guess like the little machine that puts the paper on the cube of chalk. And I'm talking about some small stuff here. There's bigger shit than that. It's like, oh, you go golfing. You could go golfing all day. All right, what? Hold on. Who's gonna maintain the green? And then I guess this is all possible with robots. Robots everywhere. I mean, every motherfucking where. And then, whenever right now we're all like, whenever we call customer service or whatever, we're like, the robot isn't helping. We need to talk to a human. Somebody's going to have a job. There's going to be people. I cannot, maybe in the far distant future, when this world is nothing what it is today, this could all be possible. But man, and then so I don't know. I'm not saying I have beef with any of these people. I'm just a fucking fat idiot truck driver in Missouri. But I don't know. They're also, well, they haven't got into it yet, but like you don't want to get the computer chip in your head. Is another argument. But Right now, it's like, okay, well, you can listen to music with a CD player. You got to go get the CD. You got to have the CD player. But wouldn't it be easier if you could just your body would just you could just listen to whatever whenever. You could play pause and it's all done in your mind. I mean, this wasn't exactly where I was going. I was mainly going for like where they're like, oh, there's going to be some nutritional imbalances with people, and everybody can be improved. And you can do that with like a blood draw and a weight scale and an eye exam and a teeth exam and all these different things. But it would be way simpler if you got the chip put into your brain that reads your blood, reads your weight, your heart rate, everything. Put the chip in. Everybody's going to get the chip. Okay? You're going to get the chip. And if you don't get the chip, your life is just going to be miserable. But, and this is, it just goes into what I consider socialism. But I'm going to have to pause. I'm at the scale. So we'll get into the socialism in a second. Okay, I knew I was going to get into it, but I want to clarify, I am not qualified to be talking about anything. These are just thoughts going through my head. This is my own personal opinion. And it's not even really my opinion. It's just some words coming out of my mouth. Okay? So, socialism, I don't even know how to define socialism. I am busy right now, so I cannot Google it, but basically everybody gets everything. Well, that's communism. So I guess it'd be more socialist. I don't know, probably a mix between the both. I don't know, and I hope I don't talk myself into thinking this is a good idea. But let's get started. Let's start talking about it. So, who is going to run the computers? Are they going to run themselves? No, you're going to need people to take care of the computers and the robots, or at least oversight. So, we're going to need somebody watching, making sure the building isn't on fire. Everybody's out freaking at the dance club. Nobody's watching. No, I'm not getting paid to be at the damn data center, right? Nobody ain't watching it, So, like, hey, the music stopped. Oh, well, the music club data center is down right now. It's on fire. But they were talking like, all right, so nobody's gonna need to work. All right, let's just go to that scenario. Nobody has a job. My job, I just go home, and my house. They're like, whatever you owe on your house, you know what, you just keep. Is that what they're gonna do, or there's gonna have to be some sort of a score, and that could be monitored by flock data cameras. They're reading your movements, your vocals, so they can hear you. They can hear you, they can see you, and they're gonna be able to read your fucking mind, bud. So you're gonna have a score based off of that. So I don't know. I mean, maybe this could be a good idea. The good people that actually have good intentions, are nice people, have good thoughts, don't commit crimes, don't, do bad things, because you're going to be full surveillance will be in effect. Because, I live out in the boonies. They ain't going to be able to surveil me. The air, bud. The air. They got LiDAR. They got heartbeat monitors that can read 40 miles, radius. They're going to know who is where and what they're doing. So, and let's just put it into this context, and this could be also pull into the gun argument where I'll give you my guns when you take them from the criminals. That's what a lot of people say, and I kind of agree with. I think I should be able to arm myself. If the criminals have the guns, then I should get. If the criminals don't have the guns, the self-defense thing. People don't just attack. Has a police officer defended their own life with a gun with somebody without a gun? Of course, there's been people, reaching, or they got a pair of scissors or an X-Acto knife or something. Small blade, big damage. Don't want to get fucking cut up with. I usually use them on models, but they're running at you with an X-Acto knife. You're gonna have to take them bitches down. But hey, guess what? The police don't have a job anymore because nobody has a job. It's an AI robot. And you know what? You can attack the robot, but your credit score is going down. So they're still gonna have a jail ran by robots, right? Sorry, I had to spit there, and I need a little swig of this water. I'm hopped up on 5 Hour. Hey, sponsor of the show, 5 Hour Energy. Not really a sponsor, but 5 Hour Energy. Come grab a 5 Hour Energy. You're gonna get cranked, bud. Use code Kletus for buy two get two for the cost of four. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The flock. There's been a couple of cities that I've been monitoring, and the flock cameras have been they've been either removed or told to be removed. Have they been removed? I don't know. But if you touch them, a lot of the posts I've seen, because it's becoming a big topic everywhere, it seems. If you touch, that's what all the police departments are putting out. They're like, if you touch one of these fucking data cameras, your ass is grass. But and that's what they're all saying. They're all saying, you fucking even think about touching these cameras, we're gonna nail your ass to the ground and you're done. That's what all the police departments are putting out. And they're also saying, hey, listen, we're just surveilling you. Relax. We're just watching you. We're only going after child trafficking and road ragers shooting guns or something. But okay, well, how about you turn the data into what? It's only recording data for people doing bad stuff. If I'm just driving the speed limit by, who's doing that though? If I'm just driving the speed limit by and I'm not doing anything, it shouldn't be recording my data. If it's so smart, it should be able to tell if I am doing a bad thing, and then it gets recorded and then that gets sent in. But I don't know. One of the big problems with it is the mistaken identities. I don't know. I guess a couple of the stories that I've heard or seen, which is off social media, could be fake, could be just propaganda to scare me. But they're like, hey, we're at your door. It says that you did this bad thing. We got a notification that you were in this neighborhood where a package was stolen, and we're coming for you, bitch. And they're like, no, actually, I didn't. I was over there, but I didn't touch a package. And then you got to prove your innocence and stuff. Or I wasn't there at all. Your fucking license plate reader thought it said 6 when it was actually an 8 or something, and getting getting where you're gonna have to prove your innocence and whatnot. But it will catch the actual culprits too. It will be good in some ways. But all right, but back to my dystopian future where the government isn't going away. It is being run by real people that want to control the world, and they have said, all right, nobody has to work. Give us all your money. Your money is worthless. Give it all here. And now you will just have a social credit score. And you're like, I'm not signing up for the social credit score. Hey, that's funny because you don't have to sign up. We've been tracking you for years now with these block cameras. We've got enough data on enough people that we can just go ahead and implement this in, and now you're good. Now, what if I put on a skin mask? What if I murder somebody, take their face off, and put it on my face? Do I get their credit score? Can it see through? I don't know. But, I'm not going to do that. It would be, somebody else has thought about it. There's already been people doing that. We've heard, only a couple people that we know about, but, there's people out there cutting off faces and wearing them around. So the government is running the data, and the data is running you. So you got to have a social credit score. You got to be a good person, but it's reading your mind because they're already reading your mind with your phones and your cars and everything. Your car's like, hey, you're tired. Huh? It looks like you're sleepy. It may not be reading your exact mind, but I can close my eyes and not be asleep. It's already there. It's doing the thing. I don't know. It's gonna get weird. Are we ready for it, people? I'm out in the boonies. It doesn't affect me. I'd like to see them come. I'm gonna shoot them drones down. All right, well, that's a federal offense, and you're going to jail now. And nobody's gonna feel bad for you, unless you capture it on camera and you put it up on social media. We got social media that's run by the AI. You post it up, you're like, everybody's gonna see this. Nobody's gonna see it. The AI is gonna go through it before it's even uploaded, and it might look like it's uploaded. It might even look like it's getting views. It might even look like it's getting comments. That's the fucked up thing, man. Oh, I'm not shadow banned. Look how many people are seeing this and reacting to it when it's really a computer. Computers are reacting to it to make you satisfied, but it ain't gonna go nowhere, And right now, if you want to download an app, if you want to do anything, you got to sign into that motherfucker. You got to have a biometric scan in. So it could really fuck your shit up, man. When you think about it, it could curtail. It could AI curtail every single thing that you see on your phone is for you and you only. You're actually not reacting or talking to anybody unless you're talking to them face to face. Like, hey, I got 70,000 views in China. Or, let's not say China. China's a crazy one. In Nepal, I got 30,000 viewers in Nepal. I don't know how big Nepal is. I feel like 30,000 is a lot for Nepal. Is that a city? Is it in Italy? I don't know. But I'm just saying, people around the world are seeing my story and sharing it. It's robots, and you're never going to go there, and you're never going to, it's. And I don't know, it can get crazy, because I was looking up videos with my son yesterday. I was like, oh, I want to see uh, bait revenge, videos. Just people stealing packages off of porches, or hopping on a bicycle and getting flung off a bit, or I don't know, just funny. They were all going to be funny videos, and they were all, it's like top 10 best rage bait videos or whatever. I don't know. Just funny shit, people getting hurt. And I clicked on one of them, and it was porch pirates, and it every single one of them was AI, and it really wasn't that hard for me to tell, or any other adult, but like my son, he's growing up with these videos, and I'm not. I mean, you're gonna have to start shielding your children, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, those videos, those aren't really. I don't think those are gonna do anything to anybody, dangerous, or change their mind on anything, but or give them a view of the world. It's just a funny video. But who's to say that that's not gonna start changing or whatever? But like it's just algorithm is the new god, and it's your god, your personal god is the algorithm that you get, because no two algorithms are the same. Once you look at probably 5 different things, you have a completely different algorithm than anybody else, and it's got eye tracking, dude. So whenever I'm on Facebook Marketplace, which it's like we want to put the things that you want to buy in front of your face. If I look at a pic, I try to not even look at pictures of things that I don't want, because if like I'm not even clicking on the link or anything. I'm trying not to even look at. I guess I should put something over my camera, but I firmly believe that it is eye tracking you, and it can see what you're looking at. If I'm just scrolling through Facebook and I look at something for too long, but I'm like looking at it mid scroll, I feel like it is taking that data, and it's like, oh, he was looking at this. It wasn't enough for him to click on it, but let's show him a couple more of those. And so whenever, just where it's happened most recently would be Facebook Marketplace, and it's like, I don't want to look at shit for too long, because then it's gonna change my algorithm. I mean, obviously, clicking on links and scrolling through and reading the description and all that shit. I think all that's in there. It knows exactly. It's all data is what it is. It's just reading data on what you're doing on your phone, what you're looking at, and it's going to try to show you more of that. But I still find myself on YouTube and Facebook just doom scrolling, and I can't find anything. Like yesterday, like my algorithms are really fucked up, because my son watches videos on my YouTube sometimes. He doesn't get on my Facebook. He doesn't care about Facebook at all, which is pretty cool. But now the algorithm is going to try to get him to want Facebook, because I talked about it on here. They're always listening. Anyways, the YouTube algorithm. It's all those streamer videos, or reacting videos, or just silly cartoon shits and whatnot. And other than that, it's like off-roading and stuff. But I mean, last night I laid down. I said, I just need to find a YouTube video to watch until I start getting tired enough to go to sleep. I couldn't find one, dude. I could not find one. Not one video. I even went through my subscriptions, the people I say I want to watch, and I could. There's no good videos out. I mean, I'm sure there were, but they weren't being shown to me. That's a real weird thing, just getting on there and opening it up, and it's just like, oh, here's a bunch of shit that you might like. I don't know. Getting kind of, I don't know. So am I going to try to be a good person? Yes, I want that. I'm not stronger than the algorithm. I'm not stronger than the AI. There are some people that I look into and I see them and they don't mess with their phones or anything. It's older people, like one of my all of my grandparents. My grandma, she's on Facebook. She's always on there scrolling about. I can only imagine what she thinks. And can you blame her? That's just shit being shoved in front of her, news stories and this and that. Oh God. I thought that truck was pulled over on the side of the road, so I was like, oh, I'll go around him real quick. He is not on the side of the road. It was just stopped traffic. Don't come over because I'm taking this lane. You silly gooses. Um, yeah, I'm not strong. I'm not stronger than any of this shit. I think it is good to be aware of some of this stuff and think about it and just, oh God, don't listen to what I just did to the fucking transmission. I was trying to grab low fifth or sixth or fourth gear, and I was just going a little too fast. I tried revving it up, and it just. I flipped to the high side and grabbed sixth gear. Sixth gear is my favorite gear, by the way. What's your favorite gear? I can almost always take off in sixth gear. If your tires are rolling, put her in sixth. You might roast the fuck out of the clutch, but you'll get going. You'll get going. Um, it's a 10-speed international with the Eaton. Anyways, back to that. Yeah, I'm not stronger than that. I don't think you're stronger than that. Can we all get together and be stronger than that? I actually don't think so. I think we are going to, the powers above us, like just taking. There's going to be way more crazier shit than flock cameras out there. Way more fucking crazy than that. That's going to pop up just like the flock. Nobody asked for these flock cameras. They just kind of popped up. It's a private company, so it's not even like I don't know. They say they're going to work with the government, or the police departments or whatever. But it's still a private company. There's going to be way crazier shit popping up that we do not approve of, and we're going to have to go out to city council meetings to say, I don't want this. Am I going to go to a city council meeting? I don't see myself doing that. But maybe if I'm if I'm not tired, maybe I'll go to one, or I'm not busy, or I don't feel like laying on the couch, because I think it's kind of inevitable. Inevitable. Why is that French? Inevitable. I don't know how to say that in French, but I feel like it's pretty close. There ain't nothing we can do. That's how you say it. Missourian. There ain't nothing you can do. That's what inevitable. But yeah, I don't know. It's getting fucking weird, man, and it's only gonna get weirder no matter what we do. It's just gonna. But I think I do really appreciate the people holding people accountable, even for some stuff like you're like, oh, actually, I do like the flock cameras. I think even if I liked them, I think it's still good to have a little bit of pushback. Given if something is 100% agreeable on both sides, that leaves a lot of room for people to throw in a bunch of shit you don't want. or I think it's good to have questions about everything, and asking questions, not taking everything at face value. It's like, hey, we're gonna give you $10,000. It's like, okay, I do like money, but I feel like there's some shit behind the scenes. You're not gonna just give me $10,000. You're not a streamer, and I'm not in New York, okay, in Central Park, and I'm just walking by with my headphones in and my beanie on my head, and you're like, hey, how many presidents wore a wig or so? I don't know. They just ask you it's like, 7. You're right. I don't know if that's right. I'm just trying to think of an example or something. And they're like, you're right. Here's $10,000. And even that, I'd be like, is it? I mean, I'm gonna take the money and I'm gonna go away and I'm gonna try to give you like, you're gonna say, uh, can we use you in a video? I'd say no. Can we have your name? No. So I don't know. I think most of those are scripted or agreed upon beforehand, or I don't know. Maybe they are completely random strangers. I don't know, but I feel like them people that are doing that really need the clicks. They need the clicks bad. They need you to click on it. They need you to watch it. They need you to share it, and they will go through some. I mean, I would. Would I? I don't. But anyways, like you know, everybody agrees these things are good to have. And if nobody asks the question, is it that good to have? How is this going to work? What's going on here? We need to know this and that and everything about it. And if they're like, no, you don't need to know everything about it. Just here. This is for you. Like, there's something going on. There's something going on. There's like my math teacher in 11th grade, 10th grade. There ain't no free lunch, okay? He was Mexican. I forget his name. Was not good at math. I did not do well in math class. But that's everything I remember from that math class. Algebra, algebra. The only thing I remember from that fucking class is he said there ain't no free lunch. And I don't know what he was talking about. He would use it in equations. He's like, what's this equation? There ain't no free lunch. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm learning, but I will remember that phrase for the rest of my life. There ain't no free lunch. Now, I will say I have gotten a lot of free lunches in my life. Have you not? Have you not? Have you ever walked into the break room? They're like, pizza for everybody. Free lunch. And almost every time I'm on the clock eating that lunch and then taking a shit. So I don't know how that's not free. I'm actually getting paid to eat this pizza and take a shit afterwards. I'm not taking a nap out here, but I am gonna go take a shit and eat this pizza. I could go straight here, but it's a trap. It's a trap, dude. It's construction zone. It's a trap. I go straight. I'm gonna sit through this traffic light here. Yeah. So I mean, there's people out there that are like, don't worry about the flock cameras. Don't do anything wrong. They're not gonna affect you or whatever. Okay, Jim. That's what you say. You say, oh, don't worry about the fucking cameras, man. If you're not doing anything wrong, They're not going to mess with you. Okay, Jim. Well, whenever the license plate, you drive by it, and the license plate or misreads your license plate, and the cops come and start asking you questions about some shit you had nothing to do with, are you going to say, are you going to be an advocate for it, or are you going to become one of the biggest critics of the cameras? You're going to be like, well, I did like them. I did like the cameras. They are super good. I am in jail now for a crime I didn't commit. But the cameras are good still, you know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You can have good intentions. You can say, yeah, you're not doing anything wrong. Don't worry about it. No matter what, there's going to be some innocent people fucked up. And, you know, one of the big things that they use to solve crimes and stuff is a polygraph. Have you guys looked into the polygraph machine? I haven't, but I heard a video about somebody talking about it, and it seemed credible. That I don't know, man. I always imagine, I just always go back to this time we were on the lake on a boat, doing absolutely nothing wrong, not harming anybody. We're just sitting on a boat. We're anchored. We're sitting there having a good time, and a boat rolled up, and it was a police officer boat. And they pulled up and they're like, hey, Fish and Wildlife, or whatever the fuck they are. Like, oh, we just wanted to check you out, make sure you got all your gear and everything. And then, of course, you know, they're like, who's piloting, who's the captain of this boat, or whatever. And, you know, the kids get all glowy-eyed. They're like, oh, somebody's a captain? And it's my father-in-law. And I'm sitting there, and I am drunk, but I am sober enough to know to not fucking say a word. You want to be friendly. I wanted to be a friendly guy. It's only gonna cause you problems. Like, I don't know. Like, you got those Law brothers, where they're like, you get pulled over, the cop asks for your ID, give them his ID, and then shut the fuck up. You know, those guys, I live by that. Because, you know, if you ever get to the point where they're putting handcuffs on you and they're like, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law or something like that. You know, they say that. You have those rights the entire time. You don't get those rights whenever they put the handcuffs on you. They are deciding to arrest you, and they are just making you aware of your rights. You have the right to remain silent at all times. You get pulled over, you don't have to say anything. How you doing today? You know, they're going to take that as, and I'm talking about the current police. The AI police, I don't know. They're going to read your mind, and you're like, I have the right to my own thoughts. Or they're going to say, we have the right to your thoughts. I don't know what they're going to say, but they're going to get something. Anyways, I guess I'm kind of pivoting to my anti-police, you know, segment here. And I'm not anti-police. I'm just anti getting in trouble for shit when there's no reason to get in trouble for shit. That's what I'm, you know, because let me tell you, I know people that have become police officers. I went to high school with them. I have known them. They were not treated the best in high school, and they, you know, whenever the recruiter is like, hey, you know, join the police force, you can be in charge of people. You get to carry a gun and handcuffs, and your life is worth way more than any of these other motherfuckers. So become a police officer, and you can tell other people what to do. You know, I'm not I'm not completely anti-police. Obviously, we need police, but I think there's a lot of bullshit that goes along with it. So, anyways, back to my story. Where, sorry, I gotta get in this parking lot here. Holy shit! What the fuck was that? Oh my fucking work phone just flew off the dash. It hit a bump a little bit too hard and it popped out of my holder. So Fish and Wildlife pull up. I'm a little bit tipsy, and I stay completely silent the entire time. I have my sunglasses on. We're on the lake having a good time. I am not happy with. I don't like the stop and ID. I don't. I really. I don't like it. Oh, just stopping to check on you. That's. I don't like the fucking way stations. Like, oh yeah, just pull in here. No, you're not overweight. You have nothing to worry about. No, you're gonna want to look at my logs. You gotta do a fucking deal. I want to be friendly. I want to have small talk with the cops. I know people that have done it and it's worked out. Uh, you know, but there's no need for it, and it just brings me back to I think some people forget that cops are people too. They have a badge, they took the oath, they're going to do a good job, most of them. But they're also like, they're looking to get people. That what else are they just pulling over random boats for? They're just like, oh no, just hanging out, having a good time. And I have actually seen a couple videos of people get pulled over, and he's like, oh, I was, you know what, actually, never mind, or I thought you weren't wearing your seatbelt, or and it's been a cool interaction. But most of the time, well, at least my algorithm that maybe has fueled my thoughts here. And hey, how can you blame me? It's my algorithm, okay? But I think I have a pretty I don't know. I don't know if other people would think I have a level headed view of this, but I would think I have a. I mean, obviously, who thinks they're not level headed? I mean, some people know they're crazy. Um, you have the right to remain silent all the time. So choosing to be silent and them to, that's where they're gonna try to play with you and try to get you to try to be like, oh, where are you coming from? How much drugs have you been on today? How many drinks have you drunk today? You know, uh, I saw you. You didn't stop at that stop sign back there or something. Stop sign. What stop sign? That's a funny video. But I don't know. I don't know what this part of the podcast is actually even about. I'm just saying you have the right to remain silent. Everybody knows that, but did you know you have that from the beginning of the traffic stop? You have that. You don't have to say anything. And that's actually, if you are doing something wrong, don't open your fucking mouth. You know, it just. I'm not saying I want criminals to get out there and get away with shit, but fuck, dude, some of these people, or they're doing something super minor, and like, all right, I get it. You're supposed to stop at stop signs. It is 1 a.m. in the morning, and you are in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there's not a fucking thing around. You have clear view of the entire road. Go cross street ahead of you, everything. Your brights are on. and you slow down for the stop sign, and maybe you don't come to exactly zero, and you roll through. You're in trouble, bud. You did not stop at that stop sign. I don't know. The police departments say they don't have a quota. They definitely have a quota, and the golden rings in Sonic are traffic tickets, and they are Sonic, and they want to collect as many. They want to get a promotion and a raise. And you think cops that are not giving out tickets? Excuse me. You think a cop that never gives out tickets is getting a promotion, or a cop with several arrests, several busts, several this and that? They're going to get the promotion. They want to get people, and think about the recruits coming in. Like, oh man, I just like if I was a recruit, I feel like I'd go in there and be like, I don't know, man. There are definitely some people that deserve tickets, but most of the time, I don't think so. I mean, I guess in Kansas City, the bigger cities you go, you would think the cops are a little bit more lax about shit because there's no shortage of writing tickets when you're in the city. There's always somebody out there doing something wrong. There's somebody on I-70 in the 55 zone doing 80. Yes, you should get pulled over and you should be written a ticket. If not, or taken to jail. You're doing a criminal amount of speed. You're gonna crash into somebody and kill somebody. But if you're doing 62 in a 55, come on, bud. At 1 a.m. in the morning, nobody around, they pull you over, like you're speeding. Or you could be doing 56 in a 55, get pulled over, nobody around. You're still like, hey man, can you ask them that? Can you say, hey, can you use some discretion here? There's nobody around, and I was doing 1 mile an hour over. Do I even need the excuse that I was going downhill and I was on my brakes? I was trying to keep myself at the speed limit. I don't know. And a rookie cop is going to say, you know what? Let's get the drug dog out here. I think you're on something. I don't know. I've seen a lot of those where people are completely sober and getting pulled over, and they're like, "Hey, I want you to would you like to do some of these testings to see if you're drunk or not?" And at least some of the videos that I've seen, they pass everything, and they're like, "Yeah, you're not drunk, but you're on something." And it's like, what? No, I'm not. Some people are weird. Some people have different personalities than what you were trained on in the academy. And they're just chasing that motherfucking ticket. And that's one thing that I have always said about police officers is, and usually in a positive sense, is they don't give up. I've never seen a video like, just thinking about like my work. I work with regular people. There's some people that just, they're supposed to do this, they don't do it. They're lazy. They didn't finish all of their duties or whatever. And police officers, you would think are kind of the same way, but man, they will throw the donut on the floor and jump out of that motherfucking cop car and full sprint and dive on somebody and take their ass down. So they have commitment. They are committed. They don't give up. They keep chasing, and I think that's one thing that at least some of the stuff that I've seen, they are really committed to getting somebody to be guilty of something, and it's like they don't know when to fucking give up. Like, okay, you're good to go. Now I don't know. Sometimes I feel like a fucking idiot for commenting on this stuff whenever I actually have no interaction with police officers. It's like maybe I shouldn't even talk about it because there's none of this really pertains to me, but it could, So I don't know. I also don't want to like make people think that I fucking hate the police or something. I don't. I mean, I see them and I say, hey, they're out there, they're doing a good job. They're not fucking with. I'm not doing anything wrong. They're not fucking with me. Or I was going a little fast there. They ain't messing with me. They ain't worried about it. You know. Uh, but just like that day on the boat, well, just want to check you out. Oh, the whole thing could have twisted if he's like, have you had any drinks today? To my father-in-law, and he had not had any drinks. He was captain of the boat. He was like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm running the boat, which is the right thing to do. But him doing the right thing, and the police officer being like, you know what, your eyes are a little watery. Maybe he just got out of the water and got a little water in his eyes, or uh, you're slurring your speech a little bit because he doesn't speak eloquently. I want to do some tests on you, check you out, see if you're drunk or not, and then just take you to fucking boat jail or whatever the fuck they take you. They stick you in the woods. I don't know where the fucking wildlife police take you. They put you in a actual like bear trap. I don't know what the fuck they do, but I don't want to find out. So luckily, I mean that incident, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, oh well, I actually had that incident happen to me, and everything ended up perfectly fine. Everybody was cool. I probably could have said some words, like said hello to the officer. How long have you been patrolling the lake over here? I could have had a little bit of chatter back and forth, but the good coming from talking to him is not that much. Like being a friendly guy versus potentially, oh well, you're too drunk to even be on the boat. We need to take you off and put you in the drunk tank or something. We're gonna put you in the system, or give you a warning or something. They're writing your name down, and what is it? There was somebody talking. They were like, if a cop tries to give you a warning, tell him no. I'd rather have a ticket because you can't fight a warning in court. It's a warning, but it goes on your record. They have a record of telling you not to do this thing. That's basically saying you are guilty of doing this. I'm not going to give you a ticket, but I'm going to tell you to quit it. And it's like, no, don't take a warning. Always ask for a ticket, because if you are actually innocent, and now you have especially for truck drivers, because your driving record is everything, unless you're owner operator or something like that. Well, even then, you're on your own insurance. All insurance sees everything, kind of like flocks, but it's just like, I don't know, a, a friendly cop giving you a warning isn't always, and his intention might be to be friendly and just give you, like, I'm not going to write you a ticket. I'm just going to give you a written warning or even a verbal warning. Don't let me catch you doing this shit again. Your name is wrote down somewhere. And, next time you get pulled over for anything, they're like, oh, it looks like you got a warning for this over in whatever county. It could get, I don't know. But if you have a ticket showing, hey, yeah, I went to court, I fought it, I'm actually not at fault at all. We went through the whole proceedings and everything. it can't be held against you. But I don't know. I don't even know what this whole episode was. I was just jacked up on 5 hours, wanted to talk, and it turned into anti. What's it called? Not just law enforcement. Anti. What is that? What is that word? Uh, people in charge. Anti people in charge. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just playing my own devil's advocate here. Oh, you don't want to be in charge, or you don't want us to be in charge. All right, let's. Well, it's either us or AI, and actually, it's not even your choice. It is us until AI takes over, and then AI will be the judge of what you do or what you're gonna do. They can the damn AI can because I don't know what was I looking for one day. I was like, oh, I was sitting on the toilet and the handle wasn't working super good, and in my own mind, I had my phone there, but in my own mind, I said, I think I'm gonna go to the store. I didn't Google it because I was just gonna go to the store and get a new little fucking plunger bullshit. Not plunger, but the little fucking flapper and shit for the toilet. In my own mind, I said, I'm just gonna go to the store later and get that. And I get off the toilet and I go out and I sit on the couch and I was about to tell my wife about it and say, hey, the toilet in the main bath is a little fucked up. I need to get new shit. Before I even said that, I had my phone open and I was scrolling through it and I got an ad for that fucking part. You know, and that was a long time ago. That was years ago. And that it was that moment when I was like, oh, okay. Now, do I really protect myself with anything? No, not really. I don't have tape over my camera. I don't shield anything, any of my thoughts or words, even though I know it's listening. I don't. I search up porn sometimes, looking at tits. I click on videos that I probably shouldn't. It's like a girl in like booty shorts or whatever, and I'm like, oops! I accidentally clicked on that, and then I watch it 4 times. I'm not jerking off. I'm just watching it. But it's like, what am I doing here? Because then every time, without fail, if you click on a video with a girl in it, and then you refresh your feed and scroll down to reels, it's all just fucking chicks barely fucking dressed. And do I hate that? The algorithm knows what I want to see sometimes. But no, jerking off to Facebook? No, it never works out. I always end up going somewhere else. No, I don't even start on Facebook. That's just an appetizer, is what that is. Anyways, this is getting fucking weird. I need to get the fuck off here and quit talking. This 5 hours got me fucking spewing shit out into the world. So, if you made it this far, you're welcome for hearing some fucking weird shit out of my mouth. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We're going to talk to you later. And don't let the fucking flock cameras take you in, bud. Bye-bye.